Hi, I'm Michael Wilson, and welcome to the Great Lakes Serpentarium. If you know why I'm wearing this mask, then you know what we're about to do. Today we're going to be removing our job and spinning cobra and touching up the enclosure. Let's see how it goes. Let's see how to do this. First thing I want to do is make sure all these venomous closures are locked and secure. So we're going to go ahead and unlock it. This guy's a little bit fiery, so we're expecting some heat right when he comes out. Here we go. This guy's male, fell right on the floor. Male job and spinning cobra. Sometimes it's better to let him fall than it is to go try to catch him with your hands. And we're going to just try to get him in the holding container here for now, so we can get his enclosure nice and clean and get it squared away. Locked and secure. We're going to take these masks off and we'll teach you how to clean out this enclosure here.
First things first, we're going to remove this water bowl. As you can see, it's not really dirty, but because we use the grow lights, lots of algae forms on these bowls.
Remove this debris out of here and get it cleaned up so we can get this job and spinning cobra back home. So we're going to start by scraping off all this surface debris here. We got some roots, we got some dead plant material, some little bit of this mulch in here, and just trying to scrape it back down to the dirt. We don't want to dig too deep because there are live animals in here, little bugs and other things that are going to help us keep this enclosure nice and squared away. But we also need to help them out a little bit with the cleanup process. We're just going to take the bulk of this stuff out of here, down to a nice base layer. And you can actually see some of these roly-polies are walking around in there, running for safety as I clear this out. Look at them all. Look at them all. There's hundreds of them. Hundreds of these little bugs. And these are our cleanup crew. So as the snake poops and as the plant dies and loses leaves, these actually eat that material and turn it into fertilizer for more new growth. They just can't keep up with the constant demand. So we do have to get in here and do touch-ups. And that's exactly what we're doing today. Trying not to take too many of them out, but also clean it up as much as possible. This thing is alive. It's hard because some of these bugs are going to come, but these are, what are they, Kate? These are roly-polies or isopods. Another good thing you'd want to have in here is springtails. I don't know if we have any in here. They're so small, they're hard to see, but oh, Kate says there's a bunch in here.
They come alive every time we miss.
Okay, so now that we've got the majority of this out, we're going to give it a mist, maybe pull some of this dead plant debris off this plant and try to help them out for the future.
And here's the bark down here. You need assistance from plants.
You can cut it down a little bit. What we like to use, you can buy this stuff right at Home Depot or Lowe's. This is a cypress mulch. Cypress wood is one of the only woods in the world that can hold moisture and not rot. This is why we use this in our enclosures. You want to make sure when buying it that it's 100% pure. There's no additives or dyes put in there as well. This is a good quality product to use in a lot of reptile enclosures that need high humidity. You can mist it down, it will hold the moisture for a good period of time. I'm going to bring some of this in. You almost ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Those are getting too big of a mess here. Now since we are a serpentarium, we're going to wipe these walls down just to try to make everything look nice and clean and tidy, so it looks clean and professional. So to do so, we like to use a bleach mixture. My bleach mixture, I try to keep between 5 and 10%. I do so by taking a gallon of water, filling up the cap of the bleach 4 times and dumping it into the gallon, which creates us a perfect 5 to 10% mixture. It's not an exact science, but it's a pretty good science. On a lot of venomous forums, a lot of people came to an agreement that this was a good mixture. Because even though it's a diluted mixture, it could be a little hard on the little bugs or the plants in here. So we're just going to try to get the walls a little bit wet, and then I'll come through the paper towel and wipe them down nice and nice and good. Also trying to get these outside walls and the glass tracks as well. These glass tracks hold a lot of debris, and when they do, it probably doesn't let the glass open and close very well, and it causes issues when you're trying to get the animal back secure. We'll take some.
Survivor.
Careful. Cameraman here, he's a longtime friend of ours. He's been helping out a lot in here. We're trying to teach him how to handle some venomous snakes. He's over here tripping over the garbage.
That's how you die.
Yeah. All the venomous snakes are put away, so that's not how you die today.
Snakes out, we took the glass out. Now we're just going to go through and clean it with this bleach water that we make. Make sure it's all nice and clear. And then after that's done, we're going to take some glue gun and try to remove the adhesive that we used on our first labels that we did. The labels themselves were cool, but like it just didn't stick. Now we have this nasty glue stuff there. This cobra poop and just like to spray it everywhere. It's nice. One nice piece.
Dealing with venomous snakes is having the right tool for the job. This little water blaster really helps to get a lot of the nooks and crannies in here that are hard to get with a paper towel. One of the things you want to look out for is we have lights in all of our enclosures. I've sprayed a couple of them with this thing and just ruined them. So I try not to spray the light as much as possible. It does well with the humidity, but doesn't do well with the spraying directly. One of the ways to get in these tracks is just make a couple nice folds here and just shove it right in there. Run it back and forth, give you a nice clean track, just like so. Don't want any debris in your track. It could prevent the moving of the glass and even your ability to lock the enclosure. And when you're dealing with an animal this hot, you don't want to have any trouble getting it in and getting it secure. All right, let's return the hide in the water dish, get it all filled up, and put the glass back in. And obviously, we're going to show you the animal. Oh, be careful, these glasses are hard to replace, and if it does break, your animal is going to be off exhibit until further notice, until you get another pane of glass. I find it's pretty easy to use a little water dish like this to get the water into the bowl there. You can even do it with the venomous snake in the enclosure just by sliding the glass a little bit and peeking this thing inside without too much risk to your health or your limbs here. But let's get this thing filled up. We'll get our glass in there, and we'll take a look at this job at Spinning Cobra. A lot of these glasses, they just go in by slipping the top in, and then the bottom. Same thing with here. I always make sure the lock is in the front. And there's a good enclosure for you. Let's go ahead and take a look at the animal. this guy's pretty hot. I would consider this one of the more dangerous animals here in the facility, just due to its sheer aggression. Not due to its venom yield, but this thing is, he's just always ready to go. He spits every time, and he tries to bite every time. I wouldn't recommend dealing with an animal like this unless you're an absolute expert. You're going to have a good amount of space. Let's see if we can get him to hood up for us here. So this is a lappet. These are lappets usually track the movement. So by moving around, you're going to start to see a bit of a hood and some threat display here. There we go. This is a Javan spitting cobra, Najas hutatrix. This is our male. We have a female over there. We tried to pair them, but they just weren't having it together. We don't want to stress him out too much, so we are going to take him back to his enclosure pretty quick here. But this is a Javan spitting cobra. He's a great specimen, and let's see how he enjoys his new cage. Looks like he doesn't enjoy it. No, I'm just joking. Once he finds where his little home is, he should take right up. Close that door, and as always, make sure it's locked and secured. This is a facility where children will be coming, so every day one of the things that we do is go around and make sure. So another thing we have to deal with is some of these animals are pretty destructive in here. I've hung this light up 4 or 5 times, and it looks like I'm going to have to do it a 6th. So this is a monocle cobra here. This is a leucistic monocle cobra. Her name is Everest, and we're going to carefully open up this enclosure and remove her and put her in this venomous snake bucket here so we can fix this light. She's here perched up in this corner, and she is going to probably give us a bit of attitude when we try to get her out here. Oh no, she's going to be sweet today. This is a beautiful female monocle cobra. She's all dirty, but pure white. That's a morph called leucism. This guy's usually have a circle on the back of their head. That's why they're called a monocle cobra. And this is a pretty dangerous animal here, actually. They're pretty calm and easy to handle, but man, if you were to get bit by something like this, the venom is extremely strong and fast acting. We're going to go ahead and put the lid on this and get her put away so we can get this enclosure cleaned out. We're going to take this glass right off of here so we can get right up in there and work on it. And while we're in here, we're also going to do a little bit of cleaning, a little bit of maintenance. She makes a mess of her enclosure. Change some water. And this again is another bioactive enclosure. Just like most of our enclosures here, this is live everything. Even though it's pretty beat up and destroyed, this plant it's a nice live specimen, and we're going to have to hopefully replant it before it gets too trashed. But she's very destructive on her enclosure. A good piece of advice for you when keeping animals like this was a hide that we had for her a while back, and it went together real nicely, something like this, and I thought, man, this was real cool. But what happened was, when she got in here, she wedged herself up in this hole right here, and she ended up damaging herself quite a bit. So I would recommend not leaving options like this for the snakes to go. This can cause serious issues with health and other things. So probably just try to, I broke it right off of there, and it's perfectly fine now, but definitely something to look out for. But we're going to go ahead and clean this out, plant this plant, get the light nice and secured to the top, and we'll be back with you in just a few moments. Alright, so now that we've got this thing all squared away, we've got the light secured to the top, the plant replanted, and a little bit of cleaning done in here. This guy came to help us out a little bit. We're going to go ahead and take a look at this animal here. She's one of the most expensive animals here in the facility, even though she's nice and dirty. This is our breeder female leucistic monocle cobra, and boy is she amazing. This is a gorgeous animal. Usually she's not filthy like this, but this is definitely one to get excited about. She gave us a clutch last year, and she's looking nice and thick, so we might even try to breed her again this year. I usually don't recommend going 2 years in a row. I'd like to do some kind of recovery, but she recovered very well. Right now, there's a monocle cobra that lives down here, and she's up there breeding with our leucistic male now. So let's return her to enclosure, and we'll get cleaning some other stuff out here as well. We're waiting on some new locks for these enclosures. These are brand new. So for now, we like to use these wedges here. By putting these wedges in here, it at least prevents the animal from being able to slide the glass. Even though it's not human-proof, it's animal-proof. And we don't have anybody coming in here until we open, hopefully in October 31st, Halloween. But yeah, let's first take a look at this enclosure here. We're going to try to get this glass cleaned up and also that water. The water may look dingy and dirty, but I swear we just cleaned it 2 days ago. This is an Asian water monitor, and these things are just dirty, dirty animals. But so first thing we're going to do is stick a siphon in there, siphon the water down, and then we'll pull the water dish out, clean it out, and fill it with fresh water. Let's get started. All right, this here's our Asian water monitor. This one's going to be pretty intense. We're going to pull her out of there, get her in that tub there, and then we're going to go ahead and clean this water up and just freshen up this enclosure a little bit. This animal might be one of the hardest animals to deal with in the entire facility. First thing is finding the head. This is going to be a good time. I know she's in this water dish because I just seen her in here a little bit ago. We're just going to feel around a little bit. You would not want to take a bite from this girl here. Looks like she already knows what time it is, and she's going to get violent. We try not to hold her by the neck anymore, but she wants to hurt me pretty bad. So we're going to get her out here, get her in her tub. Okay. So, this is our Asian water monitor. She's a bit of a handful, but she will calm down, and we can hold her eventually, but we just kind of got to let her wear herself out. Don't want to get bit by her because she is venomous. And she's got claws that'll tear flesh from bone. So we're going to get her here into this tub as soon as I think I can pick her up. As usual, that's a good time. We're just going to take a siphon the water out of there, clean the glass, and wipe down the back of the enclosure, and we'll be good to go. This is what water looks like in a monitor after just 2 days of time. It's insane. All right, we're going to put this thing back, and we're going to try to calm her out and see if we can't hold it for a second here. She's going to be a little fiery coming out, but we'll see how she does. It's okay. It's okay. Okay. It's actually good. Oh, right when I said she's actually been pretty good. You're okay. We're going to calm down, you. We're going to calm down, you. You hear me? We're going to calm down. Pet you. Yeah, I'm going to pet you. Hit yourself. She will calm down. She just has to kind of be coaxed into it. You're okay. You're okay. Easy. Easy going. Easy. You're all right. You're okay. You're okay. You're okay. You're okay. None of that. You're going to calm down, and I'm going to hold you, okay? Understand? Yeah. No. Oh, that wasn't very nice. Can I hold you now? I'm gonna hold you. Sometimes with these bigger monitors, it just takes a little bit of time to honestly let her wear herself out, and then you can eventually hold her, and she'll be pretty nice. Even the meanest ones, which I would say she's one of the meanest monitors I've ever dealt with, she will tame out here in just a minute or two. Don't know if I'm doing this the right way, but this is how I taught myself to do it. So if anybody has any suggestions or questions or concerns, please go ahead and put it down in the comments, and we look forward to answering any questions that you have. Or if you have any suggestions on how I should be handling this animal, I don't think I'm perfect, and I'm open to learn anything. Not too experienced with monitors, but I know I'm faster than she is, so that's all that matters to me. I just don't want to hurt her, that's all. I certainly don't want her to hurt me. Easy. Calm down now, please. Please calm down. Once we get here, we'll get up here and hold her a little bit. Even the meanest animals eventually will tame out and be pretty manageable. No longer trying to bite, she just wants to get away and explore. Definitely want to avoid the claws and the teeth. Alright, she's calmed down a little bit. Trying to work with her and get her a little bit more calm. We don't want these handling sessions to be like this every time. When she's starting to calm down here, we're going to go ahead and turn her to enclosure. Take a good look at this thing. She's pretty incredible. Look at this thing. Look at these claws. I have been absolutely filleted by these claws a few times. Let's see how she likes her new shelf. If you look in here, we just added a little monitor shelf for her, so she has a basking platform to get up out onto, and we'll see how she likes it. I'm excited to see how she behaves. Yeah, we moved some stuff around. I think she's mad. So while we were taking care of this Asian water monitor down here, we also have been siphoning out the water out of our reticulated python. I try to change these waters every other day. It is a pretty big task. We can get it down about this low, and then eventually I pretty much have to pull the thing out of here, dump it out, hose it out, and bring it back. It's always a big task, but let's see how it goes today. Let's just get the hose, we'll hose it out, we'll put it back in there and fill it up with some fresh water. Okay, so if you look inside here, this is our 130-pound, 18-foot reticulated python. This beautiful animal was donated to us by a local animal guy. His name is Mark Rosenthal from Animal Magic. He goes around to all the local schools and birthday parties and does some amazing shows. But here, where we're changing the water dish, just try to clean this out. And if you look over here, I've opted to use some styrofoam underneath just to try to reduce the weight in this enclosure, because all of this substrate, this is about 1.5 foot deep, is just so heavy that it really wears on our wheels and casters down here. So we're going to go ahead and get this water dish up in there, fill it up, and we'll be back in just a second. Okay, so today at the Serpentarium, after we were shooting some YouTube videos, a little bit of interesting stuff happened to us. There's a small section of land between Detroit and Canada called Belle Isle. And for the last few days on the news, the whole city's been hearing about how an alligator has been released in the Belle Isle area. And today we got a hold of by somebody, and they let us know that the alligator's been captured and they're going to bring it over to our facility. We got a couple of news articles, and news came over when they dropped it off, and let's just take a look at how it went.
Yeah.
Oh.
Big in the picture.
Yeah. I'm just it worked out perfectly where I spotted him, and then yeah, he popped out, and it was like we had a. Honestly, couldn't have done it. The circumstances were just like perfect for
No,
it.
it
So.
was meant to be today. Absolutely.
You want one?
Oh, I'd love to. Combine them today.
I don't know if you can, but I named him Fafnir, but
You can whatever you want, bro.
Oh, absolutely.
We might have to. He's going to be the Belle Isle Gator, though.
yeah. Because last night I saw a river otter. I was using a bobber without a hook to try to draw him in. I've done that in North Carolina. And it is Stephen Hart, Stevenhart.
And Will Spartan Cannon. So were you called in order to get? And what's boy?
It was just Saxton. It's a lady.
It's a girl. Okay.
I'd like to call her Fafnir. That's what I called her before I went out. But no, I had I've been doing stuff on social media where I've been following osprey, catching snapping turtles, and all that kind of stuff. So my buddy hit me up and said that, hey, you gotta go down to Belle Isle to find the alligator. I went, right after my last dog. I was there last night, and the light failed, and I'm like, I'm getting up at 5. I gotta get there at dawn, and yeah. So no, it was all just, hey, we saw it on the news and went down there. So figured for his safety with the winter and all that, and then met some people out there that wanted to catch one with like fishing hooks and all that. So I was hoping to be the first to get there.
So you saw other people out there?
Really just Troy. A lot of people were out there to like just get a glimpse of them, but I was the only one besides Troy to get in the water, and I was out there for probably 4 hours and went on every inch of coast looking for them, and just happened to them. So.
And when did this happen? Was it today? Was it
Yeah,
yesterday?
it was this morning, probably around noon or so. And yeah, so.
How was it? I'm so sorry. How was it actually capturing her? Like, did you see her? She came quickly?
Yeah, so I actually documented the entire adventure on my, it's Spartan_canine_training, where I was going up and down the coast, and then I got video of her just swimming up near the shoreline, and she ducked under a tree that was in the water, and I followed her there, and she went under, and then he popped out, and he's like, hey, can I help? I'm like, yeah, I need your help, and he went around the back, flushed her out, and we got her in the net, so.
Oh, it was perfect. Divine timing right there.
It really was.
Absolutely.
And, okay, so I'm going to interview you next. Which spots?
Yep, all right.
Hey guys, it's been a long but interesting day today at the Serpentarium. I just wanted to say thank you so much for taking the time to watch our videos. We really appreciate it. And if you have any suggestions, or if you like this video, please feel free to like or give us any suggestions in the comments. We look forward to seeing you in the future. I'll continue to get better at editing and shooting videos, but thank you so much for your time. It's the one resource that you can't get back, and I really appreciate you giving it to us. Thank you, and have a great day. Bye.